Don't see any fucking errors, but it says it's bad. All right, whatever. All right, let's start the fucking show. All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the CODcast, the greatest podcast in the history of mankind. This is episode 82, and I'm your host, Daddy Smith. Hope you guys had a fucking good holiday. Did you have a good Christmas? Did you fight with your family? I hope not. I had a fucking good one. Love all you guys. I'm glad to be back. We took last week off to enjoy the fucking holidays, and we are refreshed as fuck now. It says the stream is bad. Hopefully it's going to fix itself. Hopefully it's not lagging or anything too bad. So if it's lagging, you guys can fucking let me know. Let me pull the chat over here and see what the fuck you guys have to say about it. What's up? Anybody out there want to talk to me? Dusty, woo! What's up, Miss Snarky? How you doing tonight? Fart tax now. Okay. High level comments. Sup, call to Dusty. My Christmas was great. Yo, Dusty, my man, how you doing? I can't complain. I'm fucking refreshed. I spent my holidays watching The Witcher. Did you guys see that shit? I played that video game some, man, and I was like, Henry Cavill, fuck that guy, man, because I thought he was terrible as Superman. Plus, I was dating this really hot girl at one time, and she was telling me how much she's attracted to Henry Cavill. So I'm like, fuck that motherfucker. But he did a good job, I thought. He did a good job as what is that guy's name? The fucking Witcher dude? I'm drawing a fucking blank on his goddamn. I want to call him Gandalf, but that's not it. Anyway. A Trump ad? At least there's a fucking ad. Take Trump's money, right? Usually there's not any fucking ads on my shit at all. So, The Witcher's badass. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Dusty, nice, ugly Christmas. Oh, yeah, that's what I got for Christmas. Got this fucking Christmas sweater from Kelsey. Thought I'd wear it tonight and show it off for you guys. And let's find out if this is done in good faith. It won't be. You know me. I'm a piece of shit, as always. I want to make out the Henry Cavill. Fuck you! That dude is too sexy. Geralt, that's his name. Geralt of Rivia. Sexy ass Geralt with his white hair. Rocking that shit. And as always, we have 30 cats around us at all times, so this will be interesting. And they've been in the other room for a while, and now they're in here, and so they're really hyper. So going to be amazing. So now we're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Atheist. You guys familiar with this dude? Like, I wasn't familiar with him until recently. But apparently this is the new generation of atheists out there now. And like everybody else, they don't fucking like me. And I want to start the show. Well, let me start the show by telling you guys about my my Patreon. You guys know about Patreon. Patreon.com/CODcast. Most of the money goes to the Human Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary. We rescue dogs and cats. You guys know the drill, right? We're up to $1,210. Every little bit helps. If you can support the show with $1 or $2, please do so. And also, Super Chats. You guys know how the Super Chats work. Ask me questions. I answer them. I read everything. Blah, 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 blah. Beast Nation $5 says, in The Rock's voice, finally, the Dusty One has come back to YouTube. I know that was a terrible rock. That's the best I can fucking do. Thank you, Beast Nation. Anyway, please support the show if you fucking can with the Super Chats, and I will read everything. You can tell me what a piece of shit I am and how I am totally not being fair to Mr. Atheist and whatnot. What's up? Here we go. We have a little bit of Misty right here for you. Start up the show with little bit Misty. She loves her some daddy. She's been shut up in the other room for about a day, and she's like, I gotta get my daddy feel. Daddy's fucking amazing. I don't know if you can hear her purr. But that's my live playing with kitties. You sit in my lap, baby. Don't rub up against my microphone, please. All right, you gotta let my ugly sweater go. Let my ugly sweater go. Now you go pull on my ugly sweater. Don't hurt it. All right, just lay in my lap, baby. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So anyway, I want to start out the show right off the fucking bat by saying that Mr. Atheist responded to the title of this video, which I named Popular Atheist Show Smears Me by Insinuating I Am a Conservative. And Mr. Atheist was like, I never said or implied you were a conservative. But you called me a reactionary, right? And reactionary is literally synonymous with conservative. A reactionary is opposing political or social liberalization of reform, which is the description of a conservatives, and the synonyms are conservative, rightist, ultra-conservative, ultra-right, alt-right, and it's also a noun, a reactionary person, whose synonyms are right-winger, conservative, rightist, die-hard. So, I never said you were a conservative. I just called you a word which is synonymous in every fucking way with conservative. You know, you guys know me, big time conservative fucking Dusty Smith, all about the conservatism. But anyway, He said, never imply you're conservative, but I do want to thank you for this tweet because it completely proves what I said. I know, right? By calling him out for calling me a conservative, I prove that I am a reactionary conservative somehow. Good luck with your smear campaign. You're the one who's like, dude, I've never talked about you before. Okay, somebody called into your show and they mentioned me. And they mentioned how I was one of the few people that speak out against the anti-SJW community. And they fucking shit on me hardcore. And your response was to hand wave it away and be like, hey, what if much of the criticism he received was justified criticism because he's a hypocrite like Trump who calls out reactionaries, but he himself is a reactionary. You were smearing me, man. What the fuck? I'm just responding to your smear on me. But of course, me fucking calling him out for this bullshit is proof. He was right. I'm a fucking conservative. Not a conservative, because for some reason he doesn't think the word reactionary means conservative, even though, like, okay, you know, it's conservative. Opposing political, social, liberalization, and reform. Conservative, right? It's just conservative. Like, I've never known anybody to use this word correctly who wasn't using it to mean a conservative. So maybe, am I wrong or is he wrong? Like, I don't know. We'll get into that. What's going on over there? All right. Catty cats. Anyway, good luck with your smear campaign. You might want to catch the rest of the show where we talk about guilt by association, because apparently guilt by association is reactionary, conservative. No, it's not. Guilt by association is a logical fallacy that has absolutely no political affiliation. It can be used by anybody. Right? And that's not what I did. See, what he does here, this is one of the things he did continuously. I watched the whole show. He's real fucking butthurt because people think that he whitewashed the whole situation with Rationality Rules and the Atheist Experience and Matt Dillahunty. And I'm going to show you, he did. He whitewashed it. And people criticized him for it. And so, in order to hand wave away the criticism and not actually answer the criticism, he's like, you guys are doing guilt by association. You're just mad because I'm friends with Rationality Rules and I refuse to denounce him. No, man. No. This is a straw man that you've created to keep from having to answer the criticism, right? The valid criticism that you actually whitewashed the situation. And so, because you don't want to answer it, you'd rather just smear people by calling them reactionaries, which means conservative. It does. And so we're going to get into that a little bit. It's all good. This is stupid high school drama bullshit, but you got to talk about something, right? Got to talk about fucking something. So anyway, a lot of people use the word reactionary wrong, I've noticed. And I occasionally used to use this word wrong a little bit, but I learned my lesson on what it fucking means. And so, of course, some of his fans commented, and they obviously don't know what the fucking definition of the word is. They're like, dude, real talk, do you not realize you're a reactionary? You make outrage content reacting to others. It's your thing. Okay. Maybe I do that, but that's not what a reactionary is. That's not the fucking definition of the word. You people don't know the fucking definitions of the word. And one of the women who was on the string with him, I'm going to show you in a minute, was the Shannon Q girl who liked this comment. So clearly the girl that was on the string with him also doesn't know what the word reactionary means. That's not what it fucking means. And I'm like, I think the problem here is that you guys don't know the definition of the word you use. Reactionary literally means conservative or far right. It's literally a description of conservatives and literally synonymous with the right, the alt-right, the ultra-right. I mean, how do you deny this? But he's like, oof. This is Mr. Atheist again. Uh-oh, it's over here. Actually, it doesn't. Reactionary doesn't mean you're conservative. No, it means opposing political or social liberalization, which is a description of conservatism, right? Or reform. I understand why you're confused. I'm not confused. I looked up the definition. I showed you what it's synonymous. I showed you. It's not me. Okay. And why you don't see that attacking people working towards liberalization for the benefit of cliques groups you with them. That's right, folks. See, here's the problem. I'm not actually a real ally. People like Mr. Atheist and Rationality Rules, they're the real liberal allies. And by me calling out their bullshit, by me criticizing them, I'm actually joining the reactionary right and hurting liberalization. That's right, folks. Fucking Dusty Smith, goddamn conservative, fucking Trump helping Dusty Smith. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm just fucking awful. So look, I tried to talk to this guy. I was like, I don't want to fucking take you out of context in any way. Like, I want to make sure that I say exactly what your position is. And So I'm like, I asked him multiple times, can you clarify? Can you give me examples of where I've been reactionary? And can we talk about this? And he's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. No. This is a guy, literally during the whole podcast he was talking about how you can't decide for yourself what somebody else's motivation is. He was doing this to defend rationality rules. So, since you can't possibly know what's in somebody's head, don't fucking ascribe motivations to them without knowing. That's exactly what the fuck he did to me. I know, you're just bad faith, Dusty, being a reactionary. So anyway, I know, hiss, boo to all that. I agree totally the fuck with all of you guys. So anyway, I'll play this fucking clip of him on his show, right? So anyway, first let me talk about, I've never really talked about this guy before he actually called me a reactionary. I never spoke about him before. And I don't really know that much about this guy. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some big, huge expert on Mr. Atheist. Dude might be the fucking coolest person on earth for all I know. Maybe he is. Maybe he salted the earth. Maybe I love him. Don't know. But I did see this video he made about the whole Rationality Rules situation. And then he made a follow-up video about the whole ACA, the Atheist Experience, and the Matt Dillahunty situation. And in my opinion, he whitewashed the whole fucking thing, which I saw he took a lot of criticism for, which he basically just, like I said, hand waved away. And said, oh my God, you guys are guilt by association. But that's not what it fucking was. For one thing, now he was critical. I'll give him credit. He was critical of Rationality Rules. He even said he thought Rationality Rules' initial video was transphobic. I agree. But basically, in the midst of his criticism, he finished it up with basically claiming that he believes Rationality Rules made up for it and that he is in no way transphobic. And he said this at the end of the video, which I believe and many other people believe was totally whitewashing what happened.
I sincerely believe that Stephen will march with, speak up for, and stand up for trans rights, and would even protest trans people being removed from sports on the basis of being trans.
Okay, well, here's the problem with that. His very last video he did about this subject, Rationality Rules I'm talking about, he basically told everybody the person he agreed with the most, the person who had the best take on this, and the person they should listen to, was Noel Chud Plum, whose entire position is explaining why trans women should be banned from competing with cis women in the female category of sports. Okay? That is his official public position. So by you saying something that is against what he's saying, is against his, see, you don't have the right to speak for Rationality Rules. His words, his public words on this speak for himself, and he's very clear on this. The guy that has the best take is the guy who tells all of you guys trans women should be banned from competing with women in female sports in the female category. So by you saying this, you're whitewashing his words, which you took shit for, and you should have taken shit for it, right? Because you are whitewashing it. I mean, it's your buddy. I know it's your buddy, dude. Okay, and I know you guys all circled the wagon. See, I didn't really talk about this too much, but another guy that was on the stream I'm about to show you, whose name is what the fuck's his name? Can't even, let me pull it up here so I can see what his name is. Here we go.
The other's extreme.
Shit. Oh, it's a Telltale Atheist, which I don't have any problem Telltale Atheist, by the way. I think he's probably an okay guy, but and he did eventually say that my coverage. What in the hell is going on, dudes? Seriously, doing a live show here. Anyway, he did eventually say that my coverage of the Stephen Woodward situation he felt was pretty fair. But when I announced I was going to do the Stephen Woodward Rationality Rules coverage of the whole transphobia thing, I had several people message me and discourage me from getting involved in it, or attempt to discourage me from getting involved with it. And this guy that was on this podcast, name was one of the guys, Total Atheist. Jim Skeptic was another guy who messaged me and encouraged me not to get involved. And there were several other people that also messaged me that tried to basically warn me not to paint Rationality Rules in a negative light. So I had a lot of pressure on me not to even fucking talk about this situation. But of course, it's me. So I'm like, fuck it, you know? I'm just going to tell the truth as I see it from this fucking situation, right? So this guy, I guess his name is Jimmy. I don't know. Mr. Atheist. He went on to make a second video where he basically, in my opinion, he also whitewashed the whole situation that happened with the Atheist Experience. Now, he did have mild criticism of them, but he left out a few incredibly important details of the situation, which in my opinion left his audience lacking in knowledge of what was going on. For one, he did mention that Matt Dillahunty outright lied about the reason they had to rescind the first memo they had put out. which he did. He outright lied. I showed the clip before. I've provided the evidence for all the receipts before. Matt Dillahunty claimed that the original memo said that Stephen Woodford, Rationality Rules, made multiple videos that had transphobic elements in them, and he didn't. He only made one video, so they had to fucking pull the memo. And the people that were there, the women who were most of them, dudes, what the fuck? Could you chill for a fucking second? Most of them are women. They testified publicly on streams that they were bullied and lied to in order to rescind this the memo, right? One woman described a situation where these thug-like men were breathing down her neck, and she felt so intimidated she had to vote against what she felt was right, and she cried all the way home because she wasn't strong enough to stand up to what she felt was the bullying. Completely left that out, left a lot of that stuff out, and in my opinion, that's lies by omission, right? And his whole point of doing this was to finish by saying, hey, I'm a member of the Atheist Experience, the ACA, and if I'm not a transphobe, I'm a trans ally, and if they were transphobes in any way, I would call them out for it. Trust me, dudes, I would absolutely call them out for it if they were transphobes. But you didn't do it, right? He's doing this whole Dave Rubin, I'll be the first to hold his feet to the fire. But when your boy Rationality Rules told everybody the guy who had the best take was the guy who wants trans women banned from women's sports competing in female categories, you didn't say shit. You still ain't said shit. And to my knowledge, has he rescinded that? And he said, I think Noel Plum is a fucking idiot for saying that. I definitely don't agree with him about that point. Everything else is cool, but has he said that? Not to my knowledge. So not only did you not hold the ACA's feet to the fire of this, you didn't hold fucking Rationality Rules' feet to the fire. So the whole thing, in my opinion, about this was they were just basically circling the wagons to fucking support their buddy and didn't really take the harm it was doing to the trans community into their minds, because they were told by so many trans people how much this was hurting them, how much this was hurting the community, how much damage this has done. And other than Jordan Peterson, I can't think of anybody who's done more damage in the recent years to the trans community than fucking Rationality Rules with this bullshit. This whole fucking transgender fear of women in sports has started a snowball effect where conservatives have picked this up and run with it. People like Trump Jr., people like Ian Miles Wrong, the wrongest boy on the internet, all of those motherfuckers, right? So you didn't hold your boy to account, and you took criticism for it. You did. And you took deserved criticism for it, but instead of listening to that criticism, instead of putting your ego aside and realizing what you did, in my opinion, you just said, no, all of you motherfuckers are just guilt by association, which makes you reactionary, because guilt by association is reactionary for some reason. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. So I'll play this clip where basically this guy, calls in and says, hey, one of the few people to actually call this shit out was Dusty Smith. And he rolls his eyes and basically waves all the shit I took for standing up for liberalism, for standing up for transgender people and SJW causes, and all the fucking shit I took by the anti-SJW community, and just waved it away and claimed that a lot of the fucking, I guess he called it criticism. It was basically attacks, demonization, crucifixion. But he called it basically justified criticism. Was because I was a hypocrite who called out reactionaries when I myself am a reactionary. So let's listen to this bullshit. Boom, boom, boom. Here we
The other extreme that literally just bypass or ignore any possible visible patterns of behavior. I don't know if maybe you guys disagree with that, but that's kind of the trend I've been seeing. Like, I'm going to just name drop one person here, and that's a guy named Dusty Smith. I know a lot of people have animosity to that guy because of his past actions or whatever, but he was honest about one thing, and one thing I will call him on is he stated a very obvious fact 2 years ago, that most parts of the skeptic community on YouTube has fallen to this reactionary trend. I don't care what someone's politics are, but there is this great thing on YouTube in where it's about the Jerry Springer effect. People know what draws in audience. They know that building up angst, building up hatred, building up this animosity toward this community builds up an audience where people will view them and give them clicks and generate them income. And those individuals that do so intentionally, by my opinion, I find those individuals to be incredibly harmful. And a guy like Dusty Smith called this out several years ago, but he's been belittled, downsized, degraded because of his his criticism on this, and I wish more people would acknowledge that. Not. Go ahead.
If I might jump in there, is it possible that the criticism is less because he made that, and it's more like the kind of criticism I give Donald Trump when Donald Trump says we need to follow the example of Jesus Christ and not bully people like he did on Christmas, and then 3 hours later said Nancy Pelosi is crazy. In other words, as far as being critical, and I don't want to get into a big thing about Dusty Smith, but is it possible that some of the criticism with the specific example you're describing is perception of criticism? Because when I hear reactionary and I hear what you're talking about as far as the past goes, I totally agree. We've had this, the priority of the past has been anti-SJW, and that's somehow what the atheist movement became. And that's stupid and gross. I have no idea why it was.
Okay, well, let me jump in here. One of the reasons it is because people like your buddy, Rationality Rules, jumped on this anti-SJW bandwagon, which was the entire reason he started the whole trans women in sports shit to begin with. He was jumping on the trend instead of calling out his support for Noel Plum's position. You whitewashed it. You helped this shit. So saying it's gross and you don't understand how it became like this, look in the mirror, motherfucker. A little bit of self-reflection would be amazing.
But when you describe, when you give a specific example of an individual who said, hey, we should stop being so reactionary, who I've witnessed be so reactionary, and then it seems like your issue is the criticism of him for that position. I guess for me it's just harder. But again, I don't want to.
So first he compares me to Trump. I'm a hypocrite like Trump because I call out reactionaries. But I myself a reactionary, which once again means conservative. Absolutely fucking means conservative. So holy shit, dude. So imagine this from my perspective, right? Now, I would have easily 1 million subs right now if I just played this game, if I went along with the whole anti-SJW movement, if I made friends, people like Shoe on Head and Amazing Atheist and Armor Skeptic, and did collaborations with all these people and didn't speak out about this. But I did. I fucking spoke out against it, knowing exactly what the fuck would happen to my career, knowing what would happen to my money, know what happened to fucking everything, but I did it anyway. And for years, all I had was people shit on me, calling me a SJW every goddamn day. Still, Steve Shives, you're the new Steve Shives, SJW, cuck, every fucking day. And then imagine that Shoe on Head made a video about you, and all her fans jumped on you calling you SJW. And then imagine Computing Forever at his peak made a video calling you an SJW, and everybody jumped on you. Then imagine Amazing Atheist made the same video, and everybody jumped on you. Then imagine Armor Skeptic did the same thing. Then imagine Andy Worski did the same thing to you. And then imagine fucking Bering did the same thing. And then imagine dozens of fucking smaller accounts did the same thing. All I did was hear for goddamn years about what an SJW I was, which is the exact fucking opposite of a goddamn reactionary. And then you're coming on and saying, nah, man, the criticism he took is because he's fucking conservative. I don't have enough fucking middle fingers to say fuck you hard enough for that shit after everything I've goddamn gone through for liberalism. So fuck that shit. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's absolutely, no doubt about it, you're just hand-waving away criticism because, you know, you're trying to protect your little butt boy, Stephen Woodford, in my fucking opinion. So anyway, drama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. It ain't that fucking big of a deal. It's just kind of fucking annoying, to be honest with you, to claim that you never claimed I was a fucking conservative when you call me a reactionary, which means conservative by everybody who uses the definition correctly, you know. I don't know, folks. And of course, other people were messaging me, telling me about how this Mr. Atheist guy also shit on them for simple criticism because he was trying to get them to speak out positively about, you know, the trans community and trans rights, and he just jumped on them too and waved their fucking criticism away. So anyway, whatever. Just thought I would talk about that a little bit. Let's see what the fuck you guys have to say over here on Super Chat. Am I wrong? I could be wrong, folks. I've been known to be wrong 2 or 3 times in my goddamn life. Maybe I'm wrong about, maybe I'm a reactionary. Maybe Dusty's just a big old fucking shithead, and this dude's right, and Stephen Woodford, Rationality Rules, is not transphobic, and the Atheist Experience, who all the women, the iconic women, who resigned from the Atheist Experience, and specifically said the reason we're resigning is because the Atheist Experience, because the ACA is no longer a safe place for trans people. Maybe they're all wrong. Maybe these people who are Stephen Woodford's fan are right and we're just full of shit. Maybe. But I don't think so. To be honest with you, I think the atheist community has a trans issue. I don't think it's a safe space for trans people. I don't think it's a safe space for women either. They've had a women issue for a long time. I've been talking about this forever, right? They're having a problem drawing in women to the atheist movement because, you know, who are our leaders? David Silverman, accused multiple times of, you know, sexual improprieties, groping women without their consent. You have Lawrence Krauss accused of the same thing. Matt Dillahunty, who basically threw the trans community under the fucking bus. It just happens over and over and over again, where it's not a hospitable place for women. And the same thing is going on with trans people, right? It's these same people who tell you over and over again, we're the real trans allies. Dusty, you're not a real trans ally. By calling us out, you're actually helping the conservatives. But bullshit on all that. I don't agree. Won't pretend like I agree. I think you're full of shit. But here's how this situation works, folks. And like I was saying when GM Skeptic and Telltale Atheist, and they all messaged me and kind of tried to encourage me not to call this shit out. Here's how the game is played. You're punished for going against the grain. You're punished for going against these cliques. It's not that they outright will speak out against you. It's that if you go against this shit, they won't share your videos, right? And when you're supportive of people like Rationality Rules, he sees that you put out a new video, he'll fucking retweet that shit. Everybody else in that clique will retweet that shit. But when you go against it, nobody retweets your shit, man. And it's very, very hard to grow your audience and become bigger if you're not willing to play this fucking cliquish game, right? And so, yeah, this guy, what is his name? Mr. Atheist now has more subscribers than I ever managed to accumulate, right? He's fucking killing it. But he's playing the game hard, right? And so I just won't fucking play that game. And, like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine if I'm never popular again. I just won't fucking pretend to believe shit I don't want to believe, you know? I don't pretend to suck up to people that I don't respect. Fuck all that, right? It's my opinion. So anyway, Breaking Bad 094, what's up, man? $1.99. Watching from Seaside, Oregon on vacation. Enjoy that vacation. You having a good holiday? Thanks, man. Hey, Lobo, $25. That's very, very, very generous. Thank you, Lobo. Merry Christmas. Or Merry Happy. That's even better. Merry Happy non-denominational holiday, Dusty. Hell yeah. Happy holidays to you, man. Or a woman. I don't want to assume your gender. What are you doing, diva? I'm doing my best to win the war on Xmas. Send anyone who says Merry Xmas to Death Cab. Yeah. No way, dude. I'm all for Christmas. I had a good time with my family. I don't have any problem with people saying Merry Christmas. I know you're just joking, though. And really, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Breaking back, $1.99. This is disappointing from Mr. Atheist. Yeah, you know, but I just don't see how anybody could call me a reactionary. Not maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, you'd call me that. But ever since I started calling out the Anti-SJW community, it's so stupid to try to smear me with that. That's like the dumbest fucking smear. Like, and it should be transparent to everybody, but I'm sure it's not to his crowd because the truth doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It's a popularity contest. High school never fucking ended, dudes. It never fucking ended. Never will. That's what I've learned in my old age. So anyway, Mr. Agro Man got me 200, I think it's Swedish crowns. Appreciate that. That's amazing, man. Thank you. Do you think the left should overlook each other's flaws? E.g. Vosh, Destiny, other editors, in the same way Chuds band together like TERFs and conservative Christians also keep doing streams. I think if somebody is sorry for their past behavior and then they use their platform, the same platform they used to spread that bad behavior, to try to correct that bad behavior, then redemption is possible for anybody. But I think when you try to sweep that shit under the rug and you don't try to do the basic human decent thing of trying to make amends for the shit you've done wrong, hell no. Why would we want you in our fucking tent? Why would we want to add a bunch of shitty people to our tent? All you do is push the good people out, and you have a big, full, huge tent with a lot of people, but it's a lot of fucking shitty-ass people. I think that we have to use social pressure to make people understand there's consequences for their actions. What are you guys doing? And then once you use that social pressure to encourage them to use their platform to undo the wrongs they've done, and then, yeah, bring them in. But when you don't do that, when you just allow them to sweep it under the rug by putting that pressure on them, then you lose your leverage, right? You actually bring less people into the tent because they use their big platforms like Shoe on Head. If she were to use her big platform to actually push back against the anti-feminist narrative she spread, against the Lauren Southern signal boosting she's done, against the Leslie Jones racist gorilla comment, then not only could she change a lot of people's minds on the conservative side who follow her, but then after that she can come into the left community and bring even more people in. But by giving up your social leverage, by not expecting them to do that, by not holding their feet to the fire, then you basically make sure less people actually come in that have equality in the end. That's my opinion on it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Blue Tacon, $5. Been waiting so long for Jimmy to get called out on his BS. He chooses social connections over supporting the trans community, and it's gross. Unsub. And that's exactly what he's doing. They circle the wagons around their boy, and then they pretended that's not what they were fucking doing. That's exactly what happened, and then they just basically accuse anybody who criticizes them of guilt by association. But that's bullshit. It's guilt by actions, all right? It's guilt by your actions, all right? It's exactly what it is. Now, and he did it again when he was on that stream I watched. They were continuously fucking whitewashing the Rationality Rules transphobia scandal, right? It's not that you're friends with him. It's that you're continuously talking about it, whitewashing it. It's your fucking actions that are the problem. So anyway, Zay, $5. If God was real and put you in charge, what would be the first thing you'd do? I would make everybody else a god. Because if somebody else was a god, I would want them to make me a god. So I would treat everybody the way that I would want to be treated. And in hopes that they would do the same for me. And so we could all be gods and we could all be on equal footing. That would be my first act as God. So if you have a chance to elect me God, do that shit, because you're all going to be gods right along with me. Fuck yes. Hey, Judge Jordison gave me $19.99. Thank you, George Jordison. That's very, very generous. Love you. And he gave me $1.99. Said, Happy New Year, Dusty. Happy New Year. Hell yeah, looking forward to the fucking new year. Gonna have all kinds of cool things planned. Hopefully this shit takes off. But if not, hey, we've had fun doing it so far. Really appreciate that. Nuberific, $10. I'm high as balls. Lucky asshole. Wish I was. I can't fucking smoke before the show. Katana, what are you doing? Chew. What are you doing? Chill out. We love you, though. You big fat thing. But by reactionary, maybe he meant drama YouTuber. Yeah, maybe he meant that, but that's not what a reactionary is, right? That's not the definition of the word. So if he's using the word wrong, he should admit that he doesn't know the definition of the word he's using, and then he should make a correction. Because a lot of people listening to the stream do understand what the definition of that word is. They do understand that it's a synonym for conservative. And so those who either know of me barely or don't know me listen to him say that, and they just automatically assume, well, this guy's obviously a right-winger. He's a hypocrite like Trump. And he's basically calling out right-wingers while he's himself a right-winger, which is bull fucking shit. That's asshole shit. Correct that shit immediately, and then I'll make another video, and I'll be like, hey, he corrected his stupidity. You know, he owned up to it, but I ain't holding my fucking breath. Hell no. Unfortunately, oh, wait a minute. I've tried to get my conservative girlfriend to watch you. She won't watch you because she claims you're all about drama. True that shit. It's entertaining, though. It's not all about drama, though. I mean, no one else is calling this shit out, right? I could definitely call more dramatic shit out. If I was like wanted to do drama, I would do the anti-SJW stuff because that's where the drama money is. You know, at least I'm calling out the fucking chuds. So anyway, Cam Ruby. Also, I don't expect your conservative girlfriend to watch me. Why the fuck would she? If I'm fucking calling out Trump and all the goddamn right-wing chuds, obviously she's gonna think that's drama. A lot of fucking people that used to watch me because they like my atheism stuff hate the political stuff. So I don't blame them. I would if I was them too, right? Ken Ribby, $9.99. Thank you, Ken Ribby. Unfortunately, lack of religion doesn't necessarily equal seeking reason on all other levels. True that. They want to accuse me of being a cult member. Oh my God, you're a cult member. You're a cult member by holding people accountable for their actions instead of just sucking up and being nice to people who you don't respect. Fuck that. You've been my favorite YouTuber for 4 years, Dusty Love. Hey, love you right back. Droptimus 4K Gaming. You obviously have incredibly good taste. And I might add, you sound incredibly sexy. Hell yeah, you do. All right, let's read the regular chat a little bit, and then I'll continue on with the show. Got lots of stuff to cover. Lots of stuff to cover. Happy New Year. That's Happy New Year, the Hurricane Jr. Hello, guys, and hello, everybody. I honestly didn't know the definition, but I would have done my research. Unlike that dude, yeah, you know, at least look it up. And if you don't know the definition, admit it. When I call you out and say, look, here's what the fuck it is. Look, it's synonymous with the right wing. How you gonna say you weren't calling me conservative? What the fuck? You a liar. God damn it. It's a shame to see Jimmy defending RR. Well, you know, all those guys, they circled the wagons. That's what they fucking did, because when it boils down to it, they're much more worried about their clique than they are about the trans community, because their clique is actually what makes them money, what makes him have more subscribers than I do right now. You know, that's how you get ahead. You don't get ahead by speaking out against the popular people. Hell no, that doesn't do you any fucking good. It's better just to suck up and whitewash for them. You know how it is. You gotta play that game, right? Cult of Dusty, are you willing to have a 5-minute discussion with me, Dusty, via Discord? Are you willing to hear my side of this topic? I have no idea who you are, but you can fucking talk to me on Twitter. That'd be cool. And if you have anything interesting to say, I'll definitely comment to you. Did you get that thing I sent you? Don't know. You'll have to be more specific about that. Was it nudes? Because if it was nudes, no. Didn't get it, but resent immediately. Yang's healthcare plan is more right-wing than Biden's. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit in a minute. Cool. I might try to do a call-in show sometime if I can figure that shit out. Maybe do it through Discord. Have you guys on. You say anything you want to me. I ain't got no problem with it. Fuck, I'll talk to you guys. If I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. I'll learn. It's all good to me. All right. Move along. What we got up next here? Oh, we're going to talk about TJ a little bit. Kind of shit on TJ. Now, this is some mild shitting on TJ because I kind of know where TJ's coming from with this. But at the same time, it's kind of funny to make fun of him about this. So, TJ's basically like, if someone lived in complete ignorance of who the president is at any given time, would you have noticed a difference between America under Obama and America under Trump? If so, how? And so basically this is, if you didn't know the things you know, would you even know you didn't know them? Like, if you were completely ignorant about everything, would you be completely ignorant about everything? Yes, you would. But even if I didn't know Trump was president, I might look, if I had any, like, clue what was going on in society, I might look and say, hey, Saudi Arabia murdered an American journalist and cut his body up. Why is the government not doing anything about it? Hey, I'm going to show a video later of proof that global warming is destroying the icebergs, right? And I might say, hey, is the government doing anything about this? Then I might look into it, even if I didn't know Trump was president, and be like, hey, they've undone every fucking climate change protection that was put in place. To wonder why. And I might look at a lot of these social things and say, yeah, I definitely can tell a difference. So, but the real question is, if you got bitten by a zombie and then became a zombie yourself, and then the knowledge of everything you have ever known was completely replaced by the unquenchable, unstoppable thirst for human brains, would you even care who the president was? I don't know. Probably not. That's the real question we asked TJ. So anyway, I hate to shit on TJ too much. I don't know why. I feel bad for TJ. I don't know why I feel bad for him. I probably shouldn't. But anyway, you want to know what the best part of being an atheist is? It's that you can masturbate on Christmas without guilt. Man, I used to feel so fucking guilty beating off on Christmas. I still did it, but I felt bad. I'd be like, I'm sorry, Jesus. I can't believe I did this. But now, I just whoop that shit all over the place. I go to fucking town. It's amazing and no guilt whatsoever. So, fuck you, Jesus. Fair game on your birthday, as far as I'm concerned. And what else we got here? Oh, yeah. So, as many of you know, I'm banned on Facebook for no fucking reason at all. I didn't even do anything. I could not tell you what the fucking reason I was banned for. They don't even check. I just get all these right-wingers just mass flag me, and Facebook's like, all right, fuck you. You're done. So anyway, but when I'm strolling down my fucking goddamn news feed, I see the most racist fucking shit. And these people aren't banned. Like, this is from the Anti-SJW group, the most popular Anti-SJW group in the fucking world. And it's nothing but a den of vile fucking racism. This is one example. America's a great melting pot. So they have a gorilla in here that's supposed to represent a black person. And the gorilla, obviously, that's supposed to represent a black person has 78 IQ. And the melting pot has 100 IQ, right? And then as the gorilla melts into the pot, as it interbreeds with all the white women, that's what they're getting at here. The gorilla's IQ goes up to 82, but the population of the whites drops to 96, right? And then it gets to 86, and the population drops to 92. And then when it all mixes together, the whole population of the United States is actually lowered because we've interbreeded with the black folks. Just racism of the highest fucking order. And like, I've shown many examples of this. You don't have to believe me, folks. The Anti-SJW group is one of the most vile, racist groups I've ever come across. That's what the fucking community has goddamn turned into. And it goes completely fucking unchecked. Here's a few comments just from that one thread. And like I said, I didn't even search for any of this. This was just in my newsfeed as I was scrolling down. I love being white. If it ain't white, you ain't right. Looks accurate to me. And no lies detected. That's right. Racism is awesome, y'all. That's exactly. Go check this community out if you ever have a chance and just see. Just see what the anti-SJW community is. And you'll see why I couldn't be a part of it. Why I fought tooth and fucking nail. And then I have somebody call me a goddamn reactionary for all my fighting, for all the shit I've taken. It's just kind of frustrating to be goddamn honest with you all. But horrible, horrible community. It'd be nice if all these motherfuckers who helped build this community, who helped create this goddamn monster, would speak out and start trying to destroy it. You know who you are out there, but you ain't gonna fucking do it because you know you got tons of these motherfuckers in your fan base, and you're afraid to piss them off, right? You know which way your bread's buttered on. You know who pays your checks. Why do the fucking right thing, you goddamn pieces of shit? Oh well. I guess money is worth it to some folks. Not me though. Money's pretty cool, but it ain't all it's cracked up to be honest with you. And here's another example. This happens over and fucking over again. Alabama televangelist Acton Bowen is sentenced to the maximum 1,008 years in prison after pleading guilty to 28 charges of raping and sexually assaulting multiple children. And you ever notice how the conservatives who continuously point out the very small amount of trans people who commit sex crimes to smear trans people in general never point out the huge amount of religious leaders who commit sex crimes to smear religion in general? It just never gets done, right? It just shows you what their narrative is, right? They want to blame a very small amount of people to try to paint trans people as these evil deviants when there's way more examples in the goddamn religious community, and they never use the same standards for that. And he got 1,008 years. Psh, I bet he doesn't even do 10% of that. Get it? Because he only gonna live to be like 100 at the most, so he ain't gonna do much of that. But anyway, somebody else made that joke and I stole it. So fuck you. Hell yeah. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Time is 8:42. Making good time. Did you guys see this one? James Lindsay. Oh my God. How are these people real life? So this is basically Batman. This is James Lindsay, one of these conservative fucking chuds. Apolitical. Yeah, right. The heart goes where freedom is. So this is what he has to say. I'd rather live in a society containing vestigial racism than in an aggressively anti-racist one. Isn't that right? Doesn't our society only have vestigial racism? Isn't that what it's all about? It's basically non-existent anymore. It's just an evolutionary trait we've already pretty much outgrown. It's like a tail we no longer lead, right? And it's way better to have vestigial racism than aggressively anti-racism, right? Because who could live in a society where you actually try to combat the real racist system that we have? That would be awful, according to this piece of goddamn shit. And speaking of pieces of goddamn shit, I'm going to talk about Boss Hoggin. No, we're going to talk about piece of shitbeak. Okay, this is a piece of shitbeak. He's like, has Antifa rushed to the aid of the Muncie community yet? This is Jack, piece of shitbeak. Another one of these right-wing intellectual dark web wannabes. And what happened in Muncie was a bunch of Jews got attacked and some of them killed with a knife during a party they had. So, of course, he's got to jump on this. Did Antifa aid Muncie community yet? And this guy's a fucking guy who has a history of posting racist shit. Here's a photo of him with Richard Spencer. Yeah. And then here's tons of times where he's made 1488 comments. 1488 is the very common white supremacist, basically dog whistle. It uses both the 14, which is the 14 words, we must create a world for our white children, something along those lines. And so anyway, and there's several examples of him using this goddamn outright racist bullshit. I just tried, and if you make a video that's 14 minutes and 88 seconds long, it won't get blocked. Pro tip, for every 14 days, spend 88 hours outside at least. It's amazing for your body. Prediction. Hillary will noticeably cough at least 14 times throughout the entire 88-minute debate. Get it? It's 1488 comments, y'all. I'm not racist. I'm just trolling y'all. And, of course, Cody Johnson calling him out. The entire left strikes again. Antifa brings medics to protest, and they treat everyone they see who gets injured. But anyway, here are your deleted Nazi code tweets, you opportunistic dipshit fraud. And, yep, love me some Cody Johnson. I always call them motherfuckers out. We're going to feature more Cody in just a minute. And, did you guys hear the New York Times posted white supremacist garbage again? Brett, here they are basically having to do a retraction. Brett Stevens' latest column, which argues that culture and history drive Jewish achievements, which that's not what it said at all. He's basically arguing for IQ and genetics and how it makes basically Ashkenazi Jews superior. That's what he was arguing. This is basically... what is the word I'm looking for? They're lying, basically. They're gaslighting. That's what it is. They're trying to make you feel crazy for knowing what he actually said in the article by lying about what he's talking about. But anyway, here's their bullshit retraction, which argues that culture and history drive Jewish achievements, has been edited to remove a reference to a paper widely disputed as advancing a racist hypothesis. We've added the following editor's note to the column. Yeah, basically he published white supremacist propaganda, a study from a straight out goddamn white supremacist. That's what he used as backing for this whole article. And Cody Johnson's like, maybe you should simply stop publishing the mediocrity who comes up with racist arguments he wants to make and then painstakingly searches for literally anything to cite, and then the one citation he finds turns out to be from a eugenicist. Yeah. You think maybe you should start doing that in New York Times? Like, if you're subscribed to New York Times, cancel immediately. Stop fucking rewarding these people for spreading white supremacy. It's absolutely ridiculous. But of course, Claire Lehman, who was lead publisher, editor of the Quillette magazine, which is the magazine for the intellectual dark web, cringe. She had this to say: diversity and inclusion are important. What about genetic diversity? You're a Nazi eugenicist, and you should be fired immediately. What does this even mean? Wouldn't genetic diversity be about regular diversity and inclusion, and that would cause genetic diversity by having the different races intermingle? Don't know what you're talking about. I know what she's talking about, but yeah, she just dog whistling. That's what she's doing. And so then she came out after the New York Times and many people admitted that they published a white supremacist article from this guy. And she's like, Henry Harpending was not a white supremacist. He was a distinguished professor of anthropology who was elected lifetime member of the National Academy of Sciences. So they literally posted audio of the guy giving a white supremacy speech. That's what they literally had to do before she was willing to realize that she's fucking wrong. And that, as always, they're fucking standing for these goddamn white supremacists. Just Johnny on the spot knee-jerk reaction. Oh my God, you're calling a racist? I have to fucking stand up for them. That's what the goddamn intellectual dark web is all fucking about, folks. Joe Rogan, man! Joe Rogan, you're part of this shit, man. Where you at? Why don't you speak up and distance yourself from these shitheads, please? That would be awesome. But anyway, here she is. Okay. So I've seen more material, and yes, it does look like Hardpinning promoted racist views. Yeah, you think, dumbass? So I was wrong in this particular instance. You're wrong all the fucking time. When ain't you wrong? Still not sure that racist views equals white supremacy. Yeah, it's not white. He's just a racist, folks. He's not a white supremacist. Make sure you understand the difference between the two, because it's important to point out. But appreciate for many of these are one and the same. Yeah, they're one and the same, right? Anyway, that's the publication of the intellectual dark web. They just always publish false bullshit. They continuously getting caught publishing fake articles to push their right-wing agenda. But they have plenty of fucking goddamn support. People like Jordan Peterson, always shouting them out. People like Dave Rubin. People like fucking Ben Shapiro. And Joe Rogan. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, Joe Rogan, but I would distance myself if I were you. Just a little word of advice. And, so, of course, Lauren Chen has to jump into this fray. Woke Twitter has finally been exposed to IQ research, and the meltdown they're having is absolutely delicious. Oh, my God, dude. It has nothing to do with just being exposed to IQ research. We've known about this shit for a long time. We've spoken out against it for a long time. It's like non-missionary sex says. Woke Twitter hasn't finally been exposed to the pseudoscience that is IQ research, Lauren. We're musing at the facts that you people still cling to this outdated, obsolete, and purposefully divisive science that justify the subjugation and oppression of others for centuries. And you are. Like, Lauren, man, now you may be invited to the ethno-state, Lauren, because you're pretty. But a lot of your family ain't going to be invited, Lauren. Are you going to be okay with that? You going to be okay not having your family in the ethno-state? Because that's what you're advocating, right? You continuously advocate for these racist piece of shit. And I know that's a big part of your fucking audience. They love you. They love that shit. But I don't know, man. It just seems like a little short-sighted from a half Asian, in my opinion. Could be wrong. Don't know. Anyway, let me check the super chats real quick. If you got a question for me in the regular chat, put my name in it. I will answer you if I can. Mr. Noodles, $10 Canadian. Hey, even better than American money. Thank you for your Monopoly money, Mr. Noodles. Appreciate that. $5 sign on. I can say anything I want to you. Fuck yeah, say it. Frog blast the vent core. Oh, hell yeah, we're going to frog blast the shit out of that vent core. You don't even know vent core. For real, hope you had a wonderful holidays. I'm still having wonderful holidays, but I appreciate that. My stomach is growling because I have not eaten today. I'm hungry as fuck. We're going to continue with the show anyway. Objective, subjectivity, $5. You question the community and you get labeled divisive, a cultist, and a reactionary. But that community, or by that community, it's their only defense. Much love. I know, right? They can't, it's an ego thing, right? You can't really take the criticism, man. So you have to call your opponent's names in order to allow yourself to dismiss whatever the fuck they're saying. And by calling me a reactionary of all fucking people, good goddamn, so fucking stupid. But, you know, what you gonna do? Life's too absurd to take seriously. Hey, okay, that's all the new super chats. More super chats, please, if you can. Let's see what else we got in the regular chat. Hopefully the show is still going. Hopefully they've not unplugged my internet. Let me check over here and make sure the internet is still going. Is the internet still going? Yes, my internet is still going. So awesome. The show can continue. The show must go on. Hell yeah, killed it. All right, what you guys got to say? You are turning into the Zigzag Man. I don't know who that is, but thank you. Mr. Noodles, thank you from Dusty. Yes, thank you, Mr. Noodles. You rock. What up, Dusty? What up, Captain Spooky? How you doing? Didn't post my question. I guess not. I didn't see it if I missed it. Nope. It gave me $10 and didn't post a question. But ask me in the question here and tag my name, and I will try to answer it the best I can. Yep, they have absolutely no capability to take any form of criticism. My favorite is when you question something and they automatically label you a theist. I know, right? You're a cultist. You may not be a theist anymore, but you act like a theist. I miss Freddie. Don't know who Freddie is. Okay, indeed, objects. All right, continue on with the show. I'll come back. Talk about Yang being a grifter. Okay, we're going to talk about Yang. We're going to get there hopefully sometime in the show. It's in this fucking list somewhere. So, in case you didn't know it, Andy No-Go's a goddamn liar. Holy shit, man. These people, their entire job is just lying. Being fucking dishonest as shit. So, he's like, the Donald Trump cameo was censored in the CBC airing of Home Alone. And this is from the Post Millennial, which I think is his own goddamn website, which he's posting. 11,000 likes for this. CBC released Trump from Home Alone 2 broadcast. And they're like, oh my God, the snowflakes. They have Trump derangement syndrome. They can't even stand having Trump in a movie, so they fucking edited him out. Goddamn, SJWs and liberals are destroying anything. Well, yeah, it's fucking lies. They actually did this before Trump was even president, right? They edited out because of time, because they wanted to add more commercials. So they did it back in 2014 before he was in president, right? So gotta lie, gotta constantly lie about everything. Gotta rile up your base with your lies, because if you told them the truth, they wouldn't support you. Would they, Andy No-Go? You fucking son of a cock. And here he is being dishonest again. First images of some of the suspects who were arrested in New York in relation to the violent hate crimes against Jewish people. Now, the way he worded this is purposely to make anybody reading this think that he is talking about the murders of Jewish peoples, where somebody came into a Jewish holiday ceremony and they stabbed a few Jewish people. But this is not what they're talking about, right? This was a separate incident where actually nobody was hurt. And so he's saying, they've quickly been released and did not have to pay bail under the new criminal justice reform law. So he's basically trying to scare you to believing that these black people murdered Jews and they got off without even have to pay bail. Because that's how crazy the liberal system is there in New York. Oh my God, but he's lying. It's like a lie by omission, right? The way he's phrasing things is purposely to mislead his audience. Which is exactly, if you read through here, is exactly what the fuck happens. New York is just like CA, lawless, pro-criminal. All the criminals are going to be flocking to New York because they know they can get away with almost anything these days. It's just lies, lies, lies. But they're so heavily rewarded for it, folks. Got to call this shit out. Got to call it out. And speaking of another fucking liar, god damn it, Dave Rubin got called out by GLAAD. Dave Rubin lying about the whole J.K. Rowling thing, as he always does. Noting that men and women have biological differences isn't anti-science. Okay, that's not what J.K. Rowling was doing. J.K. Rowling was lying and gaslighting about what the actual court case was about, which was about a woman who was gender critical, a TERF, who basically doesn't believe that trans women are women. And she believed that that gave her the right to be a shithead to other trans women, which is what the case was about, even by her own words, which I showed you guys last show. It was about being gender critical, not about sex in any way. Liars that lie all the time. Nobody's saying is trans people don't deserve equal rights and dignity. Yes, that was literally what the case was about. That certainly includes J.K. Rowling bullshit. So Glad calls him out. Trans women are women. Our work to stand up for trans people hasn't changed since you were excited to attend and host our events. Yeah, back when it was lucrative for him to be on the left. He was a big old lefty, supported trans rights, and he was, speaking out on at Glad events. But now he's completed his transformation to the right-wing grift, and he's completely 180 degrees different direction. We don't remember hearing any concerns or anything but support for our work from you back then, before you launched your new career. Yep. Before you launched the new grift, motherfucker. We see right through you. Glad calling him out. And Molly Parker, or Parker Molly, called him out too. He says nobody is saying trans people don't deserve equal rights and dignity. That's exactly what that case is about. It wasn't about what people are allowed to say or believe, but whether they're allowed to create hostile work environments. Read the ruling. Exactly fucking right. God damn it, I'm so sick of these fucking liars. But gotta call them out. Somebody's got to, right? And another example, a hilarious example of Dave Rubin supporters getting fucking on. This happens all the time. Right-wingers come on and they're like, show me a fucking example of this. Show me proof. And they show them a proof and they fucking block you. So, still one of my favorite interactions on Twitter. The guileless spell checker asks for examples of Dave Rubin being a conservative. So gets a bunch of them, promptly hides away behind the block button. He's like, yeah, give me just one example of Dave Rubin saying he's a conservative.
So as I told you before we started, and I hinted at here, so I came from the progressive world. I now view being progressive basically as a mental disorder or something. But I consider myself classic liberal, which really is conservative in a lot of respects.
It's libertarian essentially.
Yeah, it's technically defined as conservative or libertarian. So I'm somewhere in there. So as I told you before we started, and I hinted at here,
block for telling me the truth about Dave Rubin. You can't do that. Can't tell me the truth about Dave Rubin. Fuck you. Yes, we can. You run away and you hide like the snowflakes you are. You ought to hide. I'd hide too if I was you motherfuckers. And more chuds, fucking shuddy chuds, lie, spread lies to try to rat off their audience with their fucking red meat. And Cody Johnson, my real life fake husband. Why do people have issues with this guy? It's so weird. And here's Count Dankula. Remember Count Dankula, who lost a very public debate to me on Twitter about white supremacy, where he blocked me and ran away from the debate because I was whooping his monkey ass so goddamn hard. And then one day, for absolutely no reason, Hitler was voted into power. And here he's posting fake bullshit. Some people are child lovers. Get over it. Both are minority sexual orientation groups with a history of discrimination. We are committed to fight for the rights of pedosexuals. So he's basically just trying to make it look like liberals or a certain group of SJWs are trying to make pedophilia normalized. And they straight out told him, well, the first and fourth images are fake, and then the other two are Heart Progress, which was made up by Poe to create fake outrage. And he's like, God fucking damn it! And Cody's like, maybe you could delete the tweet that uses false information to imply that Hitler's rise to power was logical and justified, which is exactly what he did. Yep, this is how Hitler came to power. Because of the goddamn pedophiles, it makes sense. But nope, you're just a lying liar piece of shit who lies. All you motherfuckers do. And it's just so fucking depressing to see them get rewarded for time and time again. But also, Undoomed posted the same fucking shit. Right-wing chud Undoomed. Fuck this motherfucker. And both these guys, I don't know if they've removed it so far, but they both left it up for a long fucking time. And didn't make any effort to really correct the goddamn record. So anyway, that's what they do, folks. It's just par for the course for these motherfuckers, right? And, oh, yeah. Both of these bigoted hacks were corrected. Both of these bigoted hacks left these tweets up. Both of these people are bigoted hacks. Yes. Preach, rational disconnect. Absolutely right. That's what you guys are supporting. These are the motherfuckers that help build the anti-SJW community. You want to wonder why the anti-SJW community is just filled with vile racism, unchecked vile racism? It's because of guys like this. It's because guys like this weren't called out for it. It's because people continuously took up for them when people like me called them racist and pointed out their racism. It's exactly fucking why. And still happens. Still fucking happening. And next up. Oh, God. Are we going to talk about fucking shoe on head? I don't know if I want to talk about fucking shoe on head. I'm just so fucking tired. Shoehead went on Walsh. And like, here's the thing. I think Walsh admitted that he grew up in Beverly Hills. And so maybe Walsh just doesn't get it, because if you grew up in Beverly Hills, I doubt very seriously you grew up poor around a bunch of minorities. So you don't really get how harmful it is for people like Shoehead to call Leslie Jones a gorilla and never correct it on her public channel. You know, never. She almost got like 2 million views for it, and never used her platform to correct it, or when she like platforms and signal boosts for Lauren Southern, who was named in multiple white supremacist manifestos and their murder sprees. And so maybe he just doesn't get it, you know? Maybe Beverly Hills man bun just doesn't fucking get it. So I don't know. I'm kind of done talking about him for a while, I think. Just doesn't really interest me, to be honest with you. Let's see what else we got here. Kind of skip over all the fucking Shoehead bullshit. And somebody else made the comment, do you think this would happen pre-Trump? And this is another one of the things, like TJ said, would you even notice? Would you even notice if you didn't know who the president was, if there was a change? I might notice that these types of things are continuing to happen. It seems like at an accelerated rate, and I might ask myself, why? Who could be inspiring this? These constant videos that come out of people telling brown people to go back to where they came from, even though they're mostly Americans. U.S. woman ran over teen because she was Mexican. Yes, I think the white supremacy that is in the White House is inspiring this shit. I absolutely do, and I do think I would fucking notice, even if I was too stupid to fucking know who the president was. But maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be too stupid to know fucking anything. Maybe my ignorance would be incredibly fucking bliss. And this was kind of funny. This person trolled the shit out of UPS. And they were like, I was doing a photo shoot in downtown Sanford when this UPS delivery man kindly interrupted and asked for a picture. This is the best picture of the whole photo shoot. Can someone find this man so he can see this? So this was a UPS guy who got murdered by the police. When the police, basically a robber hijacked his car. And the police pulled up alongside them, used civilians as shields, murdered this guy, the thief, and other civilians, killed them all, and UPS thanked the police for killing their driver. So they're basically trolling them by putting this, and they're like, yes, queen, slay. We love this. We will fight him for you. We got you covered. Yeah, you might want to check the cemetery, motherfuckers. I hate this goddamn new brand of corporatism where they act like they're so fucking cool and chill on Twitter. Yes, slay queen. We're not an evil corporation who doesn't give a shit about anything but the dollar bill. Nah, we're on your side. We're cool and hip. We have a social media presence. Nah, fuck all y'all motherfuckers. We see through that shit. Who falling for this shit? Tired as fuck, in my opinion. And remember this shit? I actually didn't go through this shit, but because I never signed any kind of abstinence pledges. Even when I was a Christian, I fucked like a jackrabbit. But it's that time again where I remind everyone, in lieu of sex ed in middle school, I was forced to sign a real virginity card that doubled as a Domino's pizza coupon. So I guess that explains a lot about the fucking, I was going to say the Domino's guy, but I think of the Papa John's guy, the guy with the meat sweats. But anyway, crazy. If you remain a virgin, you can get some free pizza, y'all. Sounds like a good deal to me, but not really. Not really. I like women a little more than pizza. Pizza's cool. Vagina better, in my opinion. And did you guys hear that Billie Eilish is finally 18 years old? Finally! You know what that means, don't you? It means she's legally allowed to operate a 2019 Viper RT80 8,000-pound air pneumatic forklift Hats diesel lift truck with proper certification, of course. And I'm like, finally! And this is a tweet, 32,000 likes. That was meant to make fun of this other tweet that basically was like, Billie Eilish is 18 now. You know what that means? Yeah, we can finally perv on her now. We can perv on her. We couldn't perv on her before because it was wrong, but now she's 18. We can perv on her. But like, I'm more excited about the pneumatic forklift because most people don't know this, but I actually at one time was forklift certified. I used to drive a forklift for a reason. So hell yeah, I love me some Billie Eilish, and I would love to watch her drive a forklift. That's just me. And perv's got a perv though. And now we're gonna make fun of the dog boy of communism. No, a lot of people are like, he's not a communist. I'm just calling him that, folks. Hideous Hasan Piker. And now I hate to make fun of Hasan Piker too much because I like Hasan Piker for the most part, but this is funny. It's just funny. This is what they call a woke bae video, and it's just so over the top. It's almost like a parody, and apparently he hates this video. And like, I apologize in advance, but it is funny. Come on.
I'm here to talk to you today about music, arts, fashion, one of the greatest problems that our generations are facing. The biggest scourge that affects our society. Against all of the cultural and social progress we've seen is the battle against intellectual thought. Are you guys comfortable with that? This is a war against critical thinking, a battle against intellectualism. This is a war against rational behavior. And we're not even aware of it. And that's terrifying. Whew. What kind of an example are we setting? The problem with America is that because of cultural imperialism, we are literally teaching the rest of the world how to think, what to wear. The Kardashians are lying to you. Culture used to be the backbone of the resistance. All it seeks to do is sedate the masses. Culture now seeks to appeal to our primal urges, our base need. We're now in the age of mediocrity. You can bring about the positive change you want to see in this world, because the revolution will not be televised. Revolution will not be televised.
I just gotta say, this guy needs more rings on his fingers. He needs more jewelry. It's just like trying to be so cool and trying to make woke culture so cool, but it's a little try hard, in my opinion, just a little bit. But still, like, he's on my side mostly. I don't want to shit on him too much. But ugly dude. Hideous fucking dude. Plastic surgery immediately. Dog boy Hasan Piker, in my opinion. And I don't know if you guys saw this shit or not, but okay, I'm just going to play this video. Kevin Spacey just put out a new holiday video, and let me just play it for you, then we'll talk about it. This was his new holiday video he put out.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you? It's been a pretty good year. And I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me. As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world. Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious? I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack. But you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
Alright, so that was ominous. So right after he put out this video where he's like, yeah, kill him with kindness, Norwegian author Ari Behn, the ex-husband of Princess Martha Lewis and Kevin Spacey accuser, has died in apparent suicide, his family said. And apparently that's the third one. And I'm just saying, is Kevin Spacey straight up killing motherfuckers? I don't know. Like, law enforcement might want to look into that. Just a heads up. And next up, Christian web host. I love this guy. Not really. So he had this to say about how his trip to the zoo taught him about interracial relationships. Oh my.
Bluebirds hang with bluebirds, eagles hang with eagles. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You don't see eagles. Sorry. You don't see eagles marrying buzzards, do you? You don't see it happening.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, right? And it doesn't have any idea with your dignity as a human being. And like he said, I don't know. And somebody help me out here. Maybe, I don't know. At the zoo last night, I don't think I saw one Oriental married to a black guy. I don't think. There may have been there. You don't see it. You don't see it.
Hey, Coach, they ought to put different kind of animals in the cages with different kind of animals and see what happens.
Now, Randy, there's too much common sense there, brother.
Well, Randy, I was actually even thinking last night when I was looking in the aquarium, all those different fish that are swimming in there together. But you know what, Randy? The guys who take care of the aquariums keep certain fish out of that aquarium, don't they? Because they know if they put the wrong one in there, he's going to eat everybody else. So they segregate even in the aquarium. Isn't that something?
Yeah, that is something. I will definitely say I'm starting to think this guy might be a little racist. Way to show the love of Christ, Davidmeyer. Good goddamn. Holy shit. They're starting to say the quiet parts out loud, aren't they? Anyway, let me check the chats real quick. What you guys have to say in the goddamn chats. Oriental flavor. I seen a lot of black women married to, a lot of Oriental women married to black dudes. I have in fact, my ex-wife's cousin married to a black dude. Real nice dude. So don't know. Interesting. So Dusty says he takes criticism, but he had shadow banned my other account. He's a fraud. I don't know what you're talking about. We have mods. They might have shadow banned you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about though. I don't ban anybody. Is his point that humans shouldn't marry dogs? No, his point is that you should keep black folks away from white folks and Orientals. That's exactly what his point is, you know. So, who would Jesus hate? Everybody if he's conservative Jesus. He's reactionary conservative Jesus because reactionary means conservative, folks. Okay, sorry it does. Bring on PV. Who is PV? Progressive voice. Okay. I need to do that. I need to bring him on next show. I have to set it up though. I can't do it live because I don't got it like that, unfortunately. Yes, we should all take advice from a guy who's old enough to be a creepy uncle. Yeah, this dude kills it with women. You know he does. Should definitely take advice from this clear alpha stud. Shaquille O'Neal's married to an Asian woman. Is he? I thought he was married to a black. Maybe she's half Asian. I've seen her give him a piggyback ride. It looks insane, but she's strong. She's real strong. Yes, please like the video. If you haven't liked the video, please take just a moment to like the video. It won't take you but a second. If you're on another window, click back, like the video. Also, leave comments. Please share these videos with people because, I explained before, I don't play the click game. I'm not in the fucking loop with all these people on the atheist community. I'm definitely not in the loop with people in the skeptic community. And so none of them are going to share my videos. So the only way my channel is going to grow is if you guys have word of mouth. So I'd very much appreciate it. I've lost, 12, 15,000 subscribers since I started doing this show, which is, I knew it was going to happen. I changed both the format and the content of my channel. So obviously I'm going to lose people in massive loads, but I said massive load. But please tell your friends about it. That would be great. And like the video and click the bell. Ring my bell. Love you, Val OB. Appreciate that. All right. Star Wars Must Die. I watched that fucking Star Wars. There's a watchable cam of it on the Pirate Bay. Pirating is love. Pirating is life. And so I watched it, and I didn't think it was very good. It's like chasing, and then the dude from Girls is fighting the other chick. What's her name? Ray. And then chasing, and they're fighting again. It looks like the same fight that happened in the last movie where they're fighting a bunch of other stormtroopers. I don't know. Didn't get it. Didn't care for it. But it ain't for me. Sometimes I think that the reason Star Wars movies were so good when you were a kid is because they're kids' movies. And now you're an adult and you're like, these movies suck. Yeah, because they're kids' movies. They're still kids' movies. They're Disney movies. So maybe I'm not the target audience for them. And they're not hurting anybody else. So if they're not hurting anybody else, I don't have any problem with them just because I don't like them. That's just my take on it. So Newberic $5. I'm asking for a friend, but if you jerked it to pics of Billie Eilish when she was 17, are you safe now? My friend, need you, Dusty. Yeah, I guess you would be safe. I don't think anybody's going to go back in time and convict you of anything. So, yeah, it depends on how old you are, too. If you're 17 yourself, I think it's more acceptable than if you're 44. But I like Billie Eilish's music. Have not noticed if she's attractive in any way. But her music, pretty good. Hey, and Brad Holman gave me a very generous $30. Thank you, Brad Holman. That's very generous. Dusty, please do a parody of that Hasan video. Also hope you and all the animals are well. Logic, I have to give me some more rings. Do the walk, bro. The Kardashians are lying to you. Society is not what you think. Communism, bro. I don't even know. But anyway, I'll think about that. Appreciate that. Please more super chats if you can. Please support the show if you're able. If not, I still love you anyway. You're all amazing human beings who have a very special place in my heart. Let's see what else we got here. Toxic communities ruin it. Yep. I don't want you. Oh, you're talking about Star Wars. Yes. Toxic communities do ruin Star Wars. I think they kind of shit on that Asian girl a little bit. For some reason, that Asian girl was just hated so much. I don't really understand. Rose, is that her name? I thought she was all right. And then apparently they wrote, J.J. Abrams wrote out her part for the most part and put a friend of his in the movie because his friend won a soccer bet. What the fuck, man? That's just lazy. Putting your friends in goddamn Star Wars movies because you're losing soccer bets. What kind of toxic masculinity bullshit is that? In my opinion, dumb as fuck. Solidarity. All right, let me continue on with the show. Got another 45 minutes to go. See if I can cover the rest of this stuff. May finish early. I don't know. I usually do finish early. Ask the ladies. Ha ha! Yeah! 2-pump chump. Next up, gonna talk about this one from Calderingo. Oh yeah, this is a oldie but a goodie here, right? This is how it feels to be a white conservative woman. Got a target on my head and fucking own. Perfect analogy, because that's not a real target and you put it there yourself. Hell yeah. All about playing the victim, and nothing more pathetic than fucking white people playing the fucking victim. Dudes, it's just pathetic, man. Society is literally made for you. Literally been crafted by hundreds of years of oppression and white supremacy. And you're bitching about it because suddenly a few people speak up and want equality. It's just pathetic. That's the word. You're pathetic. You're bad, and you should feel bad. And this is not my usual method of debating people in the street. If you guys ever seen my street preacher videos, this is not how I handle myself at all. I'm a dick, or I used to be. Don't really do it anymore. But this is actually a very effective way, this guy's method, and he's nice. And he basically just questions people nicely, which I like questions, and he lets their own stupidity reveal themselves. And holy shit, her stupidity reveals itself incredibly here. So let's play this clip, Shine.
People used to live for like 800 years back then, and a lot of people questioned that. But the reasoning was because God told them to go and multiply, but he wanted them to keep multiplying and multiplying. So the more the population increases, the less we live. We decrease in age.
You're saying people used to live to 800 years old, and you know this because of the Bible?
Mm-hmm. It says in the Bible that they would live until like 800 or 700.
Okay. Is everything that the Bible says true?
In my opinion, it is.
Okay.
And
is there evidence for a God?
Mm-hmm.
What's the best one?
There's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot.
Like?
I have to think, but you're putting me on the spot. It's
There's
hard.
so many.
I have them written down, actually, in here.
Okay. If all of that evidence, I'm not saying it's not true, that evidence, but if all that evidence was found to be not reliable, would that change your confidence that the God is real?
No.
Nope.
So it's not
It really wouldn't.
So it's not really about evidence either?
Nope, it's not.
No, it's just about faith.
Exactly.
If someone from another religion came up to the table and said that believing in their God gave them joy and that they have really good internal feelings about that God, is that a justifiable way to come to that belief just by going off feelings for that?
No. I would say that's awesome. I would say that's cool, but check out what I have to say. Yeah. Check out.
If it's not reliable for them, why was it reliable for yourself?
You're asking tough questions. You really are. You're doing good.
The thing is, he's not asking tough questions. He's literally asking the most basic, childlike questions that anybody should have already asked themselves. And the fact that you haven't should give you a clue on how ridiculous your beliefs are.
It's not. I'm not saying it's reliable. It's not. But it's just what I believe personally, and I always will believe it. I just have a very strong faith towards it.
It's just believing or having faith in anything a reliable way to have confidence that something's true?
I think faith.
Why?
Because it's... You're good at this.
I'm just very interested in...
But he's not asking anything tough. It's just that your beliefs aren't based on anything. You're just a silly little girl who hasn't really thought out what you believe and why you believe it. And he's just asking you basic questions. And you're failing miserably. But like she said, it's not really about evidence. She's going to believe it anyway because it's not based on anything. So it's frustrating. But anyway, it's entertaining to watch. And at first, I was kind of mad about this. This motherfucker, Gretchen Smith. She's like, what am I looking at here? And all it is it's a guy. Or, I don't know, maybe just pronouns are female. I have no idea which pronouns are, but just feeling comfortable with himself. Killing it, really. Wearing a little short mini skirt and high heels. You know, not bothering anybody. Obviously comfortable with who they are. And you're just being a fucking judgmental prick. 7.1 million views. And I guess this is the person that posted it. 1 million views of me picking up my luggage. It's 7.1 million views now. So it got a lot of views. And so, yeah, I was like, you fucking dickhead for posting this. It got 21,000 likes, but it was kind of heartening to see the comments. And most of the comments were actually nice. Hey, man in heels, get over it and worry about your own life, right? Mind your fucking business. But of course, a lot of people are mean. It's called mental illness. How is somebody just dressing however they feel comfortable with mental illness? You have the mental illness by even giving a shit. That's an abomination. A lot of these are mean. Now that I look at them. The decline of Western civilization. Fuck all y'all. Goddamn snowflakes. Talk about fucking snowflakes. Guys literally not harming anybody. Killing it. You gotta goddamn put your business in somebody else's business. Typical Christian bullshit. But anyway, now that I look, a lot of this is mean. But a lot of them are really actually kind comments telling people to mind their own fucking business. So I like to see that. And now I'm all mad because I don't see the same ones anymore. But whatever. And, holy shit, you guys see this clip went viral of the fucking Cats movie? Good lord, this thing's a nightmare. Apparently they spent like $100 million on this movie. It's gonna lose its goddamn ass, and I can kind of understand why. Look at this creepy bullshit. Why are you eating a roach? What in the fuck is happening here?
Now for the icing on the cake.
And how the hell did Joe's Apartment, a movie that was made in like 1996 for like $200, have better roach graphics than this fucking $100 million mega blockbuster movie? So disappointed in Taylor Swift. I love me some Taylor Swift. If she was the man, she'd be the man. But she ain't the cat, that's for sure, because that movie looks like it's gonna be terrible. That's coming from a cat lover. And hadn't said it today yet, but fuck Joe Biden. What the fuck? Joe Biden talking about maybe he gonna have a Republican vice president now. Good lord! What the fuck, man? Didn't you learn your lesson from goddamn Obama? Obama did nothing but try to appease Republicans and pretend like Republicans were gonna work for him over and over again, work with him over and over again. And they never fucking did. They stood in his way and blocked him every fucking step of the way. When do you guys learn? Ever? Is it ever gonna happen? And as Ryan Knight says, first Biden said Republicans will have an epiphany after Trump's gone. Bullshit. Then he told a room of rich donors that nothing will fundamentally change if he wins. Well, let's not elect him then, please. Now he's saying that he considered having a Republican vice president. Our party needs to wake up and vote for Elizabeth Warren. Okay, I don't really agree with that part. I'm more of a Bernie guy. But like Elizabeth Warren, way better than Biden. And if it can't be Bernie, then Elizabeth Warren, I will go for sure. Just anybody but Biden. I mean, not anybody, not Trump, but anybody besides Trump and then Biden, right? What a fucking nightmare. And Yang, you part of the Yang gang out there? Where my Yang gangs at? I am not on the Yang gang train. He got fucking owned by this clip. Basically, he is out there on his website pretending like he supports Medicare for all when he don't support Medicare for all. He lying. He out there with his lying ass. Let's watch.
I'm confused. Your ad is explicit. Your ad says Medicare for all. Your plan is not Medicare for all. It's not even Medicare for some, because in your plan there's not even a public option.
Our plan is to expand a universal healthcare system to all Americans. Medicare for all is not the name of a bill. Medicare for all is universal healthcare for all Americans.
But Medicare for all is Medicare for all, right? I mean,
well, our healthcare plan would be based on Medicare and expanding it over time to more and more Americans. You lower the eligibility age and then you make it widely accessible.
Okay, I didn't see that in your plan, but
that's not in your plan. You're lying. You're just co-opting the Medicare for all name because you know it's very popular, and you're not being honest about it. You know, 1,000 Yang bucks ain't gonna get over your dishonesty, man. In my opinion, that's just me. And more Cody Johnson. What's up, Cody? How you doing out there? I know you watch the show. And apparently, Elon Musk put up this poll. Build super safe, earthquake-proof tunnels under the city to solve traffic. Stop making your shitty tunnels try to be a thing, Elon Musk. It's not going to be a thing. And of course, 69% said, definitely. Let's make earthquake-proof tunnels under the cities to solve traffic. And 18% said maybe, and no. I like traffic, 30%. And so Elon Musk says, as expected, 69% want car tunnels. Stop whining, subway Stalinist. The people have spoken, but that's not what the poll says at all. it says earthquake-proof tunnels, which can very, very much include subways, right? And in fact, subways are way better for public transportation than your stupid car tunnels, right? So Cody Johnson called him out, said, hey, Elon, subways can be described as super safe earthquake-proof tunnels under cities to solve traffic. You didn't mention cars, as I expected. Nobody chose the option I didn't give them. Your crusade to further atomize the populace and discredit public transportation sucks. Agreed. And of course, Elon Musk, delete. There are no moral billionaires, folks. Quit telling me Elon Musk is some kind of goddamn Tony Stark. Tony Stark was a dickhead too. So, you get him, Cody Johnson. Love you. And next up, talking about would I notice if there were different presidents? I might look in to see if the government is doing anything about this, if they're putting any kind of policies in place to try to combat this. You guys see this? This is, I guess, Antarctica. This is the ice melting in Antarctica. Let me skip ahead. You see how much ice there is? And now, modern day, look how much it's diminishing. Look, yeah, that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. You know, I think we should try to do something about it. I don't know, that's just me. Might want to try to do something about it, but like Eat the Rich said, hell yeah, eat the rich. This is happening so like 35 people can get rich. That's right. Like 8 people have more money than the bottom 50% of the goddamn world. This is so a very small percentage of people can get super rich, and they can have more money than they could ever spend in 1,000 lifetimes while they destroy the fucking planet. Maybe we should look into it, folks. Maybe we should put somebody in the White House who's going to actually take it seriously instead of claiming it's a Chinese hoax. I don't know. That's just me. All right, let me read the super chats. Super chats! Lifeblood of the show. Democrats need to stop appeasing the Republicans. Good goddamn, I know, man. It's so tiring. Obviously, the Republicans are playing by a different set of rules. You're never going to appease these motherfuckers. You just have to start playing the game harder than they do, in my opinion. Mr. Noodles, $10. I fucked up last time with my super chat. That's all right, man. Happens to the best of us. So I ask, do you miss the fucking heyday of YouTube? And are you going to start doing videos about the stupidity of religion again? I keep saying I'm going to make videos about religion again, but we'll see what happens. I still plan on doing it, some religious bullshit videos, and I might have to do it because like the support for this show is kind of waning a bit here and there. So might have to do it just to support my animal sanctuary, but we'll see what happens. Like I like doing this show a lot, and like there's so many things that need to be covered that is not getting covered enough, in my opinion, that I think somebody's got to do it. So I don't know, if I'll obligate a little bit. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. I don't know if I miss the heyday of YouTube or not. Like I'm completely happy now. I'm sort of happy being less popular because it's like less stress in ways. I wish I was slightly more popular, but I don't want to be as nearly as popular as I was because that was just crazy, right? Get recognized when you go out to the fucking store and shit. Hell with that. It's annoying. Anyway, thank you for that. Jenny Rude, $2. I don't have much to say. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Jenny Rude. Hope you have a good one. Don't get too drunk. Scarecofigus Garcia, $20. Very generous. Thank you, Scarecofigus. This furry supports the show and Animal Sanctuary. Can we get more people provide support? Hell yeah, I appreciate that. I made a video against furries one time, and I'm sort of ashamed of that video because it was mean. It was mean-spirited for no reason. And I was just being a shithead for no reason. And furries are not hurting anybody. And if they're not hurting anybody, who gives a shit? Even if it's not my thing, you do you, right? So I feel bad about that. But thank you. I appreciate that. Very generous. Send on $5. The Star Wars radio drama of the original 3 movies is really, really, really good. I re-listen to it once a year. Still holds up. Okay, I'm not familiar with it because I'm not a fan enough of the movies to watch a radio drama about it. But anybody like Star Wars, definitely check that out. All right, that's all the super chats. About your last chance to get into super chats if you want to, because I'm going to finish off the show pretty quick here. Probably finish it off a little early, but we've done a great show, so I ain't worried about it too much. And this is some bullshit right here. I can abso-fucking-lutely tell you this is bullshit. You're either lying or you're just wrong and don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Hey, hi everybody. We're at the Mega Mall, and we still haven't met any white supremacists. What do you think?
And it's like 99% of white people here.
And we haven't met any white supremacists yet. Bye.
White supremacist.
Hey.
yeah, nobody's going to walk up to you and say, hi, I'm a white supremacist. I don't agree with your relationship. Most people are not going to do that. They're going to keep it to themselves, right? Just because no one's walking up to you and being outwardly rude to you doesn't mean there are not fucking plenty of them out there, you goddamn doorstops. I live in Mississippi. I can fucking assure you there are tons of people here that have a problem with your fucking relationship. Most of them, no, I would say all of them. I don't know a single one of them that is not a Trump supporter. So you're just full of shit. You lying. I promise you've met white supremacists. What you might not have met are the David Duke types. White supremacists of 2019 are always out and about in their hoods, y'all. White supremacists are capable of feigning politeness, hiding their beliefs, and interacting with people of color. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. I tell the story all the time about my grandma. Hung out with black people all the time, but behind their backs, she would say about her friends, he's a good N-word. And she wouldn't say the N-word. She would say hard E-R in the end. He's a good N-word. He's one of the good ones. I can assure you, she sort of meant it as a compliment, but she was a white supremacist. And even though she was nice to them to their face, they probably never knew it. But she was, because that's how shit works in the real world. Fucking morons. And these are real people, folks. These are real fucking people. Hard to believe. But I'm adding myself to the growing list of women who are revealing being a tomboy as a child and a feminine straight woman today. To think my former 10-year-old self would today be labeled as a trans child is terrifying. Leave kids alone. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. They don't just label you a trans child. You have to label yourself that, right? That would be on you to do. What the fuck? Just trying to spread fear and division. Pro-reason, pro-logic, pro-evidence, tribeless. Bullshit to all that. Gonna call bullshit, don't believe you. And did you guys see this one? Warning! Warning! Trigger warning! Literal trigger warning. This is a murder. This is a literal fucking murder you're about to see. So it was at a church. This happened like the other day, day before yesterday, whatever. And this guy, or this person, opened up on these people with a shotgun. And then another guy, I don't know if he was a security guard or if he was just somebody attending church there who was armed, but gunned him down before he could only kill, I think he killed 2 people. And he critically injured a third. I don't know if the third person died or not. Anyway, warning! Warning, don't watch this if you don't want to watch somebody getting murdered. Some crazy ass shit right here, yo. He pulled out a shotgun. He's dead. Holy shit, that's some crazy shit. So, yeah, scary as fuck. This is America. It's some crazy ass shit because he shot the first 2 people with guns and then finally somebody got him. But wow. Hopefully that didn't fucking scare too many people. That's some hardcore shit. But anyway, that went viral. 5.2 million views. And, oh, man. That's hard to watch. But that's some, woo. Scary. Scary. Can't even fucking go to church anymore. I thought I would ever go to church, but people just... makes me want to cry a little bit. Shit. Ooh, that was... Ooh, I should have given a trigger warning to myself. That was hard. Okay. I saw that before, but man, that just hit me. Shit. That was rough. All right. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have played that. I'm sorry I played that. I shouldn't have played that. Anyway, a new thing that conservatives are spreading around is this fucking fear of the Impossible Whoppers. Because I guess it contains plant estrogen, which is not the same thing as animal estrogen. Doesn't do the same fucking thing. And there are some people who are terrified that eating a vegan burger will turn them into a woman. And now this is some seriously sickening shit. You probably heard of this made 100% from plants Impossible Burger. It's Impossible Whopper. Well, it contains 44 milligrams of estrogen. Fucking insane. A standard hormone replacement therapy shot to become transgender is 4 milligrams. The burger will make you female. Well, I'm going to wait 2 then. Because I want some big old titties, to be honest with you. Fear-mongering, that's all that shit is. Fear-mongering. Damn it, I shouldn't have watched that video. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying Donald Trump is Hitler. This is not the point of this. But I never understood how Nazi Germany could have happened, and I get it now. And, like, I always wondered, how could they have gone along with that? How could they have this, like, cult-like status of Hitler and just followed him regardless of anything that he did? And I do get it now, because like I said, I'm not saying Trump is as bad as Hitler, but he is clearly an incredibly incompetent, evil person, and he has this cult-like following who refuses to see anything he does wrong. And so I can definitely see how this could fucking happen now. History's definitely shown me that shit. And here's one from Pathos. Whew. I'm still a little bit emotional. Georgia city councilman resigns after claiming interracial marriage is wrong. So, earlier this year, Hutchins City Councilman Jim Cleveland defended his mayor's decision to discriminate against a black man by citing his sincerely held Christian beliefs and his opposition to interracial marriage. At the time, Councilman Cleveland explained that he is a Christian, and as a Christian, he has a problem with race mixing. Cleveland said, "I'm a Christian, and my Christian beliefs are you don't do interracial marriage. That's the way I was brought up, and that's the way I believe," Cleveland added. "I have black friends. I heard black people. But when it comes to all this stuff you see on TV, when you see blacks and whites together, it makes my blood boil. Because that's just not the way a Christian is supposed to live." And so anyway, he's basically like, "I'm not racist. I'm still, in my opinion, a respected member of the community. I have more people, I believe, that feel the way I do about everything." True, he does. But it's frowned upon on saying the quiet parts out loud now, and so most people hide that racism, and you just don't have to say it out loud. But the ones that are against me are a very, very vocal group. Good. They should be. They're calling me a racist, and I don't consider myself a racist. No, of course you don't. I'm not racist. I don't think the racists should mix because, I think whites are better than black people, but I'm not racist, folks. That doesn't make me racist. Yes, it does. And I tell you why. I have very good friends that are black. That's like what every racist says. That's like the racist mantra. I have black friends. I have Spanish, Asians, and all kinds of members in my church, and none of them consider me racist. I bet they do now, motherfucker. Go ask them now what they think of you. Cleveland added, "I was raised in a Southern Baptist church, and I have been taught to believe, and if it makes a lot of sense to me that God created all these different races, and if he had wanted them to all commingle into one race, he would have done it himself." Oh, good Lord, why did he create different ones that could interbreed together if he didn't want them to mix, motherfucker? It all made no sense. Anyway, good riddance to bad garbage. Racism's still alive and fucking well in this country, and anybody that says otherwise, trying to sell you something, most likely. And here was an interesting article from Reddit talk about toxic masculinity, and like people say, well, feminism, they don't speak out against toxic masculinity. They don't speak out for men's rights, for things that affect men, but them speaking out against toxic masculinity is a way to speak out for men's rights, for things that affect men. Men who strongly believe manhood must be earned can exhibit more pronounced cortisol reactivity when masculinity is threatened, suggest new studies indicating that men's belief about masculinity can influence their physiological stress reactivity and potentially their health. So yeah, the more you're worried about, I gotta be a man, I'm a man, or no, oh my God, I ate a fucking possible Whopper, I got estrogen, that negatively affects your health. And that's exactly the kind of thing that feminism speaks out against. You say, oh, there's no thing as goddamn toxic masculinity. Yes, there is. It's literally toxic to your body. That's what they're talking about, folks. Prime fucking example of it right there. And next up. Buttigieg. Did I have the other thing about Buttigieg? Let's see the other thing about Buttigieg. First off, Buttigieg, basically he's been taking a lot of shit because he has a lot of billionaire donors, and the average donation he gets is incredibly high, much higher than like Bernie Sanders, which I think is like $18. And so he's been taking lots of shit for it. So one of the things he's decided to do is have a contest to see who could donate the smallest amount of money to them, because he's basically trying to fuck the stats, right? He's trying to pull one over on us. But we can see you, motherfucker. We see what you're doing. Fucking evil Morty. That's what he is. And also, he was asked about the $100 billion slush fund the Mormon church is hoarding in tax-free accounts designated for charity. His answers, churches aren't like other nonprofits. Yeah, fuck you, dude. He don't give a shit. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's just the tool of the goddamn rich. Fuck that dude. Not a fan. And speaking of somebody I'm not a fan of, holy shit, what is wrong with Stefan Mulenuts? He's just the craziest shit, man. Usually female student debt is a crippling reverse dowry. Why would you want to make yourself unmarriable for the sake of a useless degree? That's right, women. Fuck college. Fuck having your own careers. That's going to hinder your getting married. Be a trad wife. Kick out some babies. That's what you was meant to do. You going to be miserable. Good Lord, dude. This dude's so fucking creepy. Somebody check this dude's basement for women. Stat. Disturbing. And here's one from a Black Moth Super. Oh, here it is. Buttigieg campaign introduces contest for lowest donation just days after being attacked. And yep, you know we can see you guys, right? We know this is some fucking crooked ass shit. Buttigieg, you ain't pulling the wool over nobody's eyes. Drop out immediately. Maybe if you back Bernie Sanders, maybe I'll forgive you, but probably not. And for those of you out there, we're thinking to yourself, hey, I wonder what Alex Jones would look like if he had breasts. There you go. That's what he'd look at if he had big old hairy titties. So you're welcome, CODcast viewers. You can thank me later in the goddamn chat. So anyway, let's read the chat real quick. Last chance to get in the super chats if you want to for the show ends. Going to do a few palate cleansers and then we're going to end it. $10 to New Rivik, maybe 1 3-hour podcast a week. The clips and religionist dumb videos would be a good compromise. You could even do an extra podcast show for your Patreons. Give undecided peeps a reason to sub. I might do that eventually. I think, I don't know, I think 2 hours twice a week is pretty good, though. When I was doing 3, it got a little bit stretched out. It's exhausting to do this for 3 hours, to be honest with you. But I'll think about that, and I do appreciate that $10. I'll take that into consideration. Thank you, Nuberific. And Comchia for $30.99. I like SJW. Book more than movies. I guess I mean Star Wars books. Ever read them? Nope. Never read any Star Wars books. Just not my thing. The Star Wars universe is not very interesting to me. Now, I did like The Mandalorian, even though it's not about anything. It's just about, like, adventures and babysitting. But it's kind of like a Western, and it's kind of cool. So I like that. It's easy to watch. But other than that, I never really care for the Star Wars universe, so it just doesn't appeal to me. But thank you for that. $1.99, just say hi to my niece who thinks you are cute. Hey, what's up, Joe Amaro's niece? How you doing? You clearly have incredibly good taste. So, call me. And Lone Star Indy, $5. Happy New Year, Dustin. Bernie 2020. Happy New Year to you, Lone Star Indiana. Hell yeah, Bernie 2020. Let's make this happen. Appreciate that. Jenny Roo, $2. Democrats need to stop appeasing the Republicans. I already read that, but it's so nice I had to read it twice. Anyway. Last chance to get your super chats before I do the palate cleansers, and then I'll finish up by reading the regular chat a little bit. And want to see this fat baby right here? Look at this fat katana. Look how fat. Oh my gosh, she's such a fat girl. She's such a big kitty. Could probably claw my eyes out if she wanted, but she's so sweet. This is the oldest rescue we have. Katana's, I don't know, 12 maybe? You're getting up there, aren't you, Miss Katana? But you a sweet girl, yeah. Daddy loves you. Her away. I know you love you some daddy too. She a fan of daddies. She sure is. I don't blame you. Daddy pretty cool. Anyway, this is where your donations go, folks. We do good work here, so thank you for supporting. Katana thanks you as well. So I have questions about this next video, folks. Here's a baby lion cub being held by a model, right? And so she picks the lion up and then it starts peeing on her. And then instead of putting it down immediately, she just kind of stands there, opens her mouth a little bit, and then, like, shakes her head back and forth. Wrong video! That was a different video you were supposed to do later, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know if this is real, but I definitely have questions about all of this behavior. If a cat pees on me, I'm not going to stand there and open my mouth and let it pee in my face. Just not going to do that. I love the cats, but I don't love them like that. Not my kink. I have a bunch of kinks. That ain't one of them. You know, making you watch me fuck your grandma? Maybe. Not making you, because that sounds rapey. You want to watch me fuck your grandma, because you get off on it, and your grandma's into it too, because she wants that big young dick. I'm not young anymore, but in my fantasy, I'm young. In my kink, I'm young. So anyway, too much information. Next up, this is a cute video that went viral. This cute-ass little girl walking around what looks like, I guess, a grocery store with a little shopping cart, and this guy stops and gives her a $1 bill, and it's so fucking cool. 8.6 million views.
Shopping too? What are you buying? What are you gonna get? You see anything you want? Yeah? Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna help you with your shopping today. Yeah.
Aw, what do you say, Lily?
That goes on whatever you get.
Say thank you.
Yeah, that's the word. All right. Go ahead and shop. I'm sorry. sorry for Bob.
Thank you.
She's so cute. He was a nice fellow. I like to see shit like that. There is good in the world, even though the show's depressing and we say a lot of bad shit. There's a lot of good in the world, so you just gotta kind of hold on to that. And next up, this is what Disney is putting out there. And some motherfuckers are gonna say this ain't real, but I believe it, folks.
I already did, sir.
You called the pound on me? Oh, hell no. Knock this motherfucker out. Oh, yeah. Totally legit. Love this dog. Awesome right cross. Anyway, 5.4 million views on that. That's a cute video. So anyway, that's all I got, folks. That's all my show. We finished about 15 minutes early. Let's read a little of the chat here. See if we got any more of the super chats. Furball Heart, thank you, 4D. Appreciate that. Katana also thanks you. And that's all for now. Let me read the regular chats for in the show. What you guys gonna say? That was amazing. I know, right? That dog is a Chad. He's stealing all your women. So wholesome. Love me some wholesome stuff. Gotta have some palate cleansers to end the goddamn murders we just watched with. Dusty needs to calm down immediately. I know, right? But it'd be very boring if I did, in my opinion. What a sweetie. I know, cute as shit. Fuzzy, 4 hours of content a week is good. I know, that's what I think too, right? There's not enough viewers for this 4 hours of content. Need more views. Christy Smith is scared of debating Sink Uger. I guess that's his political rival that he's running against. I don't blame him. I'd be scared to debate. I call him Sink again. Jake Uger. Everybody's like correcting me last show. It's Jake, Dusty. It's Jake. Call him Jake. All right, fuck y'all. It's Jake. I got it. I guess he ate too many frog legs. Jesus, my eyes. Yeah, tax the churches. Definitely tax the churches. Stat. Buttigieg. You know what I said? Close enough. Buttigieg. You know what I'm saying. Cult to Dusty, have you seen Mr. Atheist's later video on Essence of Thoughts? Any thought on that? Yeah, I saw it. I watched the two recently, so I kind of have a better idea about what they're about because, you know, my memory's fresher. It seemed like he kind of threw Ethel under the bus a little bit, in my opinion, you know, because that's what he's going to do, right? But I really can't speak that honestly about it because it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't really want to comment too much about it. Talk to Humanist Report and Rational National. All right. Hook me up with them. I sure do it. Thanks for the great show. No problem, Allie. I love you guys. I really appreciate you. Wanna be hypes for Dune 2020? I hope it's better than the other Dune. I didn't really like the other Dune. Father, the sleeper has awakened. I thought it was boring. But maybe the new one will be good. That was so funny. Hell yeah. Another amazing show, sir. A good time had by some. As long as a few of you enjoyed it, that's all that matters. I had a good time. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. And as always, I will be back on Friday. Ooh, we got a note right now from Joe Amara. Kaya is now embarrassed that she finds you cute. Don't be embarrassed. You have amazing taste. Embrace that. Embrace that feeling. Daddies are all in right now. Daddies are the rage, so don't blame you there. So, as always, when support the show, $1 or $2, whatever you can helps. Give me money! I'll give it to the animals. And really appreciate that. Patreon.com, which is CODcast. And there's several ways in the description of the video. You can also support the show. There's direct tips. There's merchandise. All that good shit. I'll be back Friday. I don't know if I do Filter Friday or not. We'll see if they have any good filters. If so, I'll hit you guys up with that. I'll see you guys so soon. I hope you guys have a good New Year's. Drive carefully out there. Don't get too drunk, but you know, if you want to, get really drunk. I don't give a shit. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon. As always, till next time, good night, everybody. Logic. Fuck yes.